Welcome to Pulpit Radio, a place you're guaranteed to get a veteran's opinion about the world we live in today. I am Jim, and joining me again is...
This is Jace,
What's
and
up,
you're going to
Jace?
like our opinions. You're going to like our opinions, whether you like it or not. I don't know.
You're going to like them whether you like it or not.
To all our millions of subscribers, please
All
start
two of them.
subscribing more. Thumbs up.
Speaking of, we got to do our daily shout out, and I will, obviously, I don't want to apologize. I guess that's not really necessary, but we clearly didn't get episode in last week, and we're late on this week. So obviously you can suspect that there's a lot of stuff going on, busy in our lives, and just in general, things are what they are. But Johnny, appreciate it. You reached out, you commented. I don't know if you read any of that.
I read some of it, and I commented back on a few things, but as
Okay.
my pea brain doesn't really recall some of the stuff he said. But yeah, cheers, Johnny.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
cheers to whoever
Chris, she responded too.
else. Did she?
Yeah, she responded. She replied. I
Oh,
guess that you
nice,
didn't see
nice.
that was a couple days after Johnny. And
No, I did not.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the bionic sperm thing that kind of kicked in. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
But yeah, she's got some something about a possessed phone.
Oh, wow. Look
Yeah.
at the fountain in the background, man. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, that's it. Where you at?
I'm,
You on vacation? What?
I'm at my pool.
Oh, that's your pool?
I was going to jump in the pool, but whatever.
Oh, so you're actually like in a public space? No.
It's in my community pool. This is my community pool, yes.
Oh, so we might get some uninvited visitors?
There's people books and shit, so no. There's only two young ladies here. Oh, they're just chilling.
So again, we can just give our shout outs like we did, and then we can just dive into. I mean, there's some stuff that I did want to talk about. Obviously, a lot has been going on.
Oh, Jesus.
Of course, Charlie Kirk and all that stuff has still been, a priority, and where that led to, I don't know. Maybe we should start with some of the other stuff, because I think if we dive into Charlie Kirk and some of that backlash, it might. Well, I mean, I guess it's all tied together, man. I mean,
what about
well,
now we got the ice shooting?
well, yeah, but that's all tied again to I think with Charlie Kirk. Like, I let's say like
Right.
even the Comey getting indicted, right? So, I mean, I guess you could tie that all together, but I don't know. What are your feelings about that? About Comey being indicted?
What was he indicted for?
Well, I think he was indicted for lying to Congress, which he did blatantly. I don't think he's the first person, the last person to do it, but I mean, he's a crooked cop. I mean, period. It's just that simple. But
Right.
they're going after one thing he did, one thing he said.
Good. No, I don't. I my opinions are probably different than others, in which that's what we're here to do, is to share our opinions. But me personally, I'm impressed with them so nonchalantly going after these fucking scumbags that have
Well, so
committed crimes.
right, so that's the dynamic we have, right? You can go ask the average American, right? Hey, do you trust politicians? No, we don't. Do you think they're crooks? Yes, they are. So the average American knows that every politician, or most politicians, are probably committing some kind of unethical or illegal thing just off the bat.
Well,
And
yeah.
I think the average person believes that. So
Yeah.
the challenge we have is the average person believes that none of them are going to be held accountable, because most people, whether you pick a side or not, I think you could probably make an argument that most people believe that it is a uniparty, that they all work in conjunction, they all take turns making money. Like, I think most people will believe that if you at least, give them a moment, if they get out of their own home team is the best mentality.
I agree.
So I guess the problem is, when it trickles down to the regular people, like, nobody expects Comey to be arrested. Nobody expects him to be convicted. Nobody expects to
No.
go to time. Like when somebody like Hillary Clinton, who probably has committed more crimes than, mob bosses, out of Jersey, doesn't go to jail or even face scrutiny for it, people don't trust the system. They don't. So, I mean,
Right,
that's
oh,
the common ground we have. I think we all know that the government's corrupt. The problem is we all try to think it's corrupt only in the other team's favor.
well, I, I hate to say they're all corrupt, but most of them are. So when the Republicans are in office, they have the favor as to being more corrupt. When the Democrats are in office, they have the favor of more being corrupt.
Yeah,
So I don't know. It's just
my
it's
assessment,
well,
Jace, I always used to look at it this way: the Republicans get rich off war, the Democrats get rich off the liberal policies, the stupid, what do you call them, the social stuff in the United States.
I thought
You know
it
what I
was the
mean?
opposite. I
No,
thought it was
Democrats are always all about, social reform. Like I think that's 70% of our budget, like trillions of dollars. So they get rich off that. Then the Republicans get in, and then they want to go to war because they're invested in all these
then why
Lockheed Martins and stuff like that, and they make all the
then
money
why
that way.
does okay then why does Donald promote peace and wants peace and
Because he
wants
used
to
to
end
be a
the war?
Democrat. You know that, right?
Oh,
Donald Trump was a Democrat. Like this is
okay,
why a lot of this stuff is confusing. He's probably more middle of the road than any Republican or Democrat right now, but he used to be a
right,
Democrat. I mean, it's why he won't go full blown on certain things. He was a Democrat,
right, okay,
so he's just a businessman before a politician.
right,
So now I guess there's no distinction. But the question is, and like this is the stuff that I think affects the American people. What I just outlined for you is nobody expects, a politician to be honest. Nobody expects them to be not breaking the law. Nobody expects them
right,
to be accountable. But here's the problem. When you've got a group of people coming out whining about, oh my God, Trump is Hitler, he's weaponizing the government, he's going after his enemies, literally right after they spent 4 years doing the exact same thing. This is how
yeah,
it affects the American people. And I'm telling you, I remember Bongino said it right. It's not about hypocrisy, it's about hierarchy. These people
right,
don't see themselves as hypocrites. They see themselves as justified going after Trump, but now it's not justified going after them. And that's the problem we have in this country because people can't step back and realize that you and your neighbor are doing the same damn thing. You're doing the same
right,
thing. The only difference is what team you're on.
right.
So you want to talk about,
Oh,
oh, there's more right this, there's more right this. More. First of all, I'm not right. Now, if I lean Republican, if I lean toward what you call right, stop calling me far right, period. I'm not right. I'm an American citizen who believes in what I believe in. If it aligns with these people today, then that's why I think MAGA was formed, because MAGA is not far right. MAGA are the people who were tired of being put in one of these categories. That's what I believe. So
I
I
don't
don't,
even,
huh?
I don't believe any of that dumb shit. I don't. There's no such thing as MAGA.
But it's going, what's going on right now, that's what it is. They got to put people in boxes. They got to put them in, these categories. We do it too. Like we call liberals,
Just,
whatever. It's not all liberals. It's not all Democrats. It's not, everybody
just,
knows that. But,
just because I want to make America great again has
right,
nothing to do with me being a fucking MAGA. There's no
what?
such thing as a fucking MAGA.
MAGA? Well, I think MAGA was formed just for those who support Donald Trump. I don't really know what it means. It's just some way to put people in a
Let's make
category.
America great again.
Well, yeah, but
Isn't that what it means?
I mean, why wouldn't you want America to be great? Now, if you
Yeah,
want to argue that it was never great or whatever, why would you not want it to be great?
well, you'd have to be a moron not to.
And that's my point. And I even had a conversation with a guy, which I thought he was a good dude. I thought he was a little bit left, but we had a conversation. We hit some common grounds and stuff. And I think this is the point I'm getting at. Even in society today, we all want the same outcome. That's why
Right.
I think that the media and these politicians, they're the scumbags that are leeching off of us. When you go to your neighbor wants to be left alone, make his money, and do his thing so he can have a good life. That's what most of us want. It's these
That's all.
scumbags that
Yeah.
get us
Okay.
involved in all these issues that mean nothing to us. And like when you look at people like take immigration, for example, like you just talked about, I don't know why people are upset about getting people out of the country who came here illegally. I don't know why. I just don't know why you're upset about removing people who broke into our country. If they broke into your house,
Because
the first thing you're going to do is call the police to get them out. If they squat in your house, you're going to be pissed off, right? But now all of a sudden, because it's somebody else's problem, you got a high morality stance on getting these people out. So that's
I
not normal people. Normal people don't respond like that.
no, unless you marry one,
Well,
then
but
you
but but you understand what I'm saying. Well, you're right on that point. Until it is in your backyard, then you have a stake in the game. Then you start having these opinions, right? Most people don't care
exactly
until it affects them. Like, do you care about the
exactly.
price of tea in China right now? You
I
don't,
never
right?
did.
You never did, right? But if the
No,
price of tea in China goes up and then all of a sudden now your tea goes up, now you're like, oh, wait a minute. Why are these Chinese people charging more for tea? And that's how people respond. And I understand that because that's
right.
human nature, right?
But to be totally honest, I don't give a fuck either, even if it did go up.
Right.
The
But
fact
you,
of the fact of the matter is that I the reason I believe most people get upset and should be upset and have every right to be upset is because these illegals are taking our shit, man, our money, our
yeah, but
not
not everybody's though. That's what I'm saying. So if you're in California and it's full of illegals and they ain't taking your stuff because you're used to the government, the California government taking your stuff anyway, then you don't notice it. Like I
what
have
are you
never,
talking about?
and you know, I always go back to this. Like I said, bring it in your home. Like think about it. Think about it. Let's go into, and I think I've said this before. Let's go to a scenario where it's a positive good. It's a net positive charity, right? Let's explore charity instead of taxes and taking. So you're giving now, right? So you're giving charity. What do most people, and I say most by like 99% of people, give to charity? You give your
Money.
excess, right? But you give your excess. You don't give your house, your car, what people need. You give your excess. Charity is inherently a good thing to help other people. And I'm not saying it's not good to help charity, and I'm not saying you're a bad person no matter what you give.
Charity
Giving
was a
is good.
beautiful girl.
What?
Charity was a beautiful girl, man.
Yeah, I know. I give half my paycheck to charity. When she's not there, I give it to Destiny. But so you get what I'm saying is charity is a good deed. But in
I've never,
reality, when you strip it down to the strip, look at that. When you strip it down to its core, you're really just giving your excess. And what kind
I've
of
never.
bravery, what kind of sacrifice are you making?
How about this? I've
You're
never
gonna,
had that. I've never had excess money, so I've never been able to do that. I'll give to my church and that a couple
yeah.
bucks, but I don't think that compares to whatever the case may be. How about this? We'll change the subject a little bit.
No, I want to
How
finish
about
my point, Chase. I
how,
want to finish my point.
oh, you still have a point?
Yes, I still have a point.
I thought you were just blabbing on again. My bad.
No.
All
That's
right,
my
my
point.
bad.
Is like even right now, as you sit in this beautiful view, there are
Yeah,
people right now who would love to be sitting in that view, who barely get a meal a day. You are not giving up your view. You're not going to empty out your house, your place, so they can come there. So you're not being charity to the point of hurting yourself for the sake of someone
right,
else. So that's the way
right.
most people operate. So when you realize that, even in an act of goodness, people are still going to be selfish and preserve what they deem theirs and necessary. So now when you
Right.
take that, translate that into something that's happening in the world, like immigration, most people don't give a damn because it doesn't affect them because it's not in their backyard, like they say, not in my backyard, right?
No, no,
So
no.
they're not going to care. But now somehow this person who is not affected by immigration is now protesting immigration because someone made them believe that
Right.
this
No, I know. I
immigration
know.
is fascist and is going to lead to some Nazi Germany outcome that is going to come and take their world the way they have it. And these people are stupid, just like the climate change. The world is ending. A million times it's ended. These people believe the nonsense that's being spread that could happen. Could it happen? Sure. A meteor could
I know
land and
where
take
you're.
us all out.
Yeah.
I'm
Now
just
I know where
tired of
you.
it.
Right. Well, I know where you're going with this now. But yeah, it
We
is
can
what it
change the
is.
subject now if you'd like.
Until they, you're right. Until it affects them, it is
Right.
what it is.
And now you go to your
But
friend with the illegal, your friend.
all
So
it's gonna, all,
before she was dating this guy, she probably would have been neutral or maybe been like, or if, let's even better, if one of her children got molested or something by one of these guys or an accident, God
right,
forbid, any of that stuff, she'd have been anti immigrant.
right,
Right.
of
And
course,
then now she's got one in her family. Now she's pro immigrant. So you see how that just
right.
switches?
Well, it is what it is.
I mean, there's nothing
Oh,
wrong with it because, right? Don't we all want laws and rules? We make decisions for our needs. That I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Just
I
recognize
want,
that you're making decisions based on your own selfish needs and desires,
I
even if
want
it's for,
common,
oh, save the immigrants. It ain't about the immigrants. It's about you.
I want common fucking sense. Is
Right.
what I want. I want, I want. Let's just put it. I mean, this did not happen to me, but let's just. I know it's happened to some people. You have an emergency, you have to go to the ER,
Mm-hmm.
and you got these, and the illegals are taking your spot at the ER.
Right.
They're taking up your spots.
Yeah. So
Just
the
come in legally. I don't give a fuck. Just come in here legally. That's all
Yeah,
I gotta say.
and it's about empathy. Okay, so you want empathy for the people. I have empathy for the people, but why do you only have empathy for those people? You don't have empathy for the people who have to deal with the ramifications of illegals coming in this country. You know, you want to talk
Right,
about, oh, help the
right.
minorities, help the minorities. Well, what do you think whose jobs are taking these people taking? Not just minorities, but the people in minority neighborhoods who can't find jobs could easily
That,
fill jobs.
and that Riley girl that got killed in Georgia.
Yeah, they don't care about those people. They don't care about the people that are victims of these crimes because
No,
these people
no.
came into a country they don't give a damn about. Like, where is your empathy? Your empathy is just for one group, and that tells me it's selfish. If you are an empathetic person, then you care about all the people
And,
infected and want an
yeah,
actual logical reasoning solution. That's what you'd want. But you
if it
don't.
were
You want a solution for yourself.
if it would have been a white cop killing a black girl, then it would have been riots in the streets, and it would have been over.
Well,
But
well,
because
that,
it was
you're right,
just
Jason. And that's why I bring up this stuff.
gee,
Like when a thug on fentanyl gets overdosed, dies from an overdose, and appears to be killed by a cop because obviously it was exacerbated by the whole
of course,
scenario which he put himself in, and then you go out and riot, you
right,
destroy and kill over that. But then when a Christian guy who's done no harm to people except say mean things you don't like gets assassinated, you celebrate. There is a huge gap between those two things, both
yeah,
of
they're
which are the
fucking
same. They're both on the side of evil, but
scumbags, man.
going from neutral to there, neutral to riots, neutral to celebrating the death of somebody is a big gap of evil. You got to get through stuff to get to that evil. I mean,
I don't
I'm,
care.
I'm,
And the thing is, like, I don't. There's people that die every day, and whether it's Charlie or anybody else that gets shot, killed, whatever, I have empathy for them if they were wrongfully shot, killed, because it's just not right at all. I don't want to. I don't want like to keep dwelling on Charlie, although I still feel bad and all
that's
that.
fine.
But
You keep going, Charlie. We keep Charlie's legacy alive every episode if we want to. We could do a segment every episode about Charlie
I
because
am
it's
Charlie.
still open too, dude. It's still open. There are so many conspiracies that are starting to
I
look really
know.
good right now, and I
Well,
wish
I
that
just
Kapash
saw.
Patel would just come out and release stuff to dispel all this stuff. But nope.
Well, I just saw. Uh, no, Joe Rogan. He did. I watched 10 minutes of his shit the other day, last night actually, about some conspiracy shit going on with Charlie. Unfucking believable, man.
Well, I've
The
been watching
fact
these
that,
gun experts and stuff like that
well,
talking about
yeah.
the exit wounds and stuff like that.
Well, they're saying that he took the gun apart and shit too. I
Yeah,
didn't think
I think
I
the
didn't think
FBI
he took
walked
it.
that back right now. I think Kash Patel put out it, walked that back. Oh no, not the apart. I think they walked back that he reassembled it when he left it in the woods.
Oh, okay, that's true then.
Yeah. So I think he took it apart up on the roof to get it out, and then when he
Right.
got there, he just tossed it in the woods. But they had said he had reassembled it. But I didn't even believe that because I originally thought the FBI reassembled it and put it in the box.
Okay, yeah. And also, the fucking he was saying that the gun is like a gun from World War II or some shit.
Well, you
Yeah,
saw the
so,
text message, right? Oh, is his grandfather? Which the text message, I'm not saying the text messages are fake. They're either
right.
planned or they're not. Everybody can look at those text messages and say, this is not a normal conversation. This is a guy
That's
trying to get some points across to make it look like his trans boyfriend wasn't involved. Like,
right.
you know what
Either
I'm
way,
saying?
that's a hell of a fucking shot if he did it.
But I'm again,
I
like I was in law enforcement. I know investigations, I know this stuff. I ain't a subject matter on bullets and all that stuff. I'm not a subject matter, but I'm telling you, this stuff has a story and it's got, these pathways you could take, the evidence will take you, and it leads to
right.
some conclusion. Even if it's inconclusive, you can eliminate things. Now, I don't expect the FBI to give us all the deet and all that stuff on every piece of this, but you can get out there and dispel some of this stuff.
Well, the
And
kid he admitted he did it.
the kid
So I
that,
don't.
well, so did the old man in the crowd.
Yeah, and then
So
he
if
got
this was a
busted for fraud.
conspiracy of a group of people, yeah, they're all going to admit they
Well,
did it.
that's another thing. Rogan was saying that he was that guy in the crowd that was trying to do distraction. He he was at
9/11.
a couple other things. Yeah.
9/11. He was at 9/11 and then the marathon bombing.
Who cares though? Wow, what relevance does that have?
Well, this is why we care because just like I told you earlier, nobody trusts politicians. Nobody's trusting the government anymore.
Right.
And I don't know if you just saw that release, but they just released a study or whatever it was, investigation that found that there were 250 FBI agents in January 6th in that crowd.
Jesus Christ.
Now, I don't know if those numbers are exact because I just saw a little while ago and I can't remember, but that doesn't surprise me. Now, I know some of them were probably working, but the rest of them were probably within the agitators and starting it. But
They
again,
probably
I
got
don't know
paid.
how that would be hard to figure out because you found all the cell phone pings from everybody involved. Well, why would you not eliminate those agents? Let's see how many agents were there.
Right.
Or do they not have
That's
cell
interesting.
phones? And if not, cameras, facial recognition. You got the ability to
Right.
put this in the public. So if you're going to make a bold accusation like the government was in on this, you better prove it. I'm tired of hearing crap because that's what you hear from the general
Well,
public. That's what you
that's
hear from these people that, just want to start crap. Oh, Kirk was a racist. He said black people this. And then you go watch the actual video of what he said, and it's
right.
nothing like
Right.
that. So I'm tired of those people, the instigators, the agitators. I'm tired of that. But when the government's doing it, it's a problem. It's a big problem. So in the end of that, that's how we had a civil war when we didn't get representation. We couldn't, we couldn't get along. And I'm
Right.
telling you, I don't know if you watched Tim Pool. Not a big fan. Like he's he called
I
himself
don't.
a milk toast fence sitter. But
No, I know the name. I know who he is, but
I watch him occasionally. He's not. I don't always agree with him, just like everybody else. There's not everybody I really
right.
agree with all the time, but I don't always agree with him. But he's right. We are in a civil war right now, and
Oh, right.
and what he was talking about, he said the tipping point was right now. Gavin Newsom passing that law that federal agents can't wear masks.
Right.
So what's going to happen? Federal agents go in there to enforce immigration, and what a local cops going to arrest them for wearing masks? What's going to happen?
Exactly.
But where's the support though? So some of those people live in California. So now what he's doing is putting pressure on people that live in California or their
Right.
families, their jobs, their livelihood, their houses to comply with him over the federal government.
Right. Oh, I know.
So
It's
you know what
crazy.
I say? Hey, if you're immigration, you don't want to do the wrong thing, take your mask off, go for it. And then if your family gets assassinated or something happens to you or your family, then we go after Newsom and take him to the same route we're taking Comey. because the scumbag's he's a dirtbag. They're all dirtbags, and that's the problem people don't realize. It doesn't matter left wing, right wing, because in the end they're all alike. All these politicians like they all need to stop because they're all filthy rich. They're
Probably-
all rich.
Probably the best state in the whole country, and we're letting those scums run it. It's
I'm telling you.
disgusting.
I tell you, they're all rich, and I don't knock people who make a living and earn some money. But you tell me how the politicians are making their money. You tell me. Elon
yeah,
Musk, no problem with him. Jeff Bezos, I don't like his politics. None of that. He's got his money. I'm not mad. Even what's his face, Microsoft dude. Even though I think he did it all corrupt and stole this stuff. But so what? But these politicians are making money just stealing from you. It's that simple. They don't do anything.
Exactly.
They're stealing
Exactly.
our money, getting rich, and idiots are out there listening to them. That's why I said Trump is not a politician, dude. He's not.
That's why I liked Doge,
Yeah.
because they were cleaning shit up. They still
But
supposedly still are.
were they, right? Again, so here's the problem, Jace. It's so big and so deep. It's a system. Like all these
Right.
minorities that, oh, it's race in the system, They're not completely wrong. I don't think there's racism built in the system. I think there's prejudice that's clearly in the system. But the prejudice isn't just against minorities. The prejudice is against anybody they don't like. That's it. That's their prejudice. You're
Just
for,
like
I'm not. Get out.
Just like we discussed before, it's not about color. It's about your looks. It's about how deep your pockets are. It's good looking privilege. It's money privilege.
Yeah,
There's
everybody's
few
got a
others.
privilege for something, right?
I don't, but sure.
You do. You're retired, right?
I'd rather
Look
have
at
my
your ass
fucking
sitting
health.
next to a pool when these people out here busting their ass at work. That's a privilege.
Yeah, well, let's trade hearts and fucking spines.
Nobody said, but you still have
no.
that privilege, right? The privilege of not having to go to work.
If you call it a privilege, then sure,
Oh,
absolutely.
I agree. I'd give up all the bad stuff that happened to me for a tough life, sure. But again, that's just perception. It's all perception. People look at
No,
you like you got a good life. You look at them like they
You're
got a
right,
good
you're
life.
right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's perception.
People do. It's easy to look at somebody and say,
Yeah.
they
And
got
that's
it,
what
they got it,
privilege
they
is,
got it,
right?
Yeah.
That's what privilege is.
Yeah, right.
So there's a point in time, and we'll just take YouTube, for
But-
example. So there was a point in time where they're promoting, and I think they're still doing it. Like I've said this before. Some of the YouTubers I watch, these prominent people I watch, they're people of color. Well, I was at a point, and it's still happening, that everything in my feed was a person of color.
Right.
And there's people I can't even stand. I'll get on their video. I'm like, all they're doing is reacting with stupid stuff. They got no depth to their personality. Their comments mean nothing. And they've got 100,000 subscribers. Because YouTube is pushing them because they're
I know.
people of color. That's a freaking privilege.
But on the other hand, what we were talking about, you can let's say you play Charlie Kirk, pretend you're Charlie Kirk right now,
Mm-hmm.
and ask me what you can do. Well, I can't do that. You can do, and I can name things off. Other like a black person can't name shit off.
What do you
But
mean?
you could say,
Oh, that they can do that you can't? Right.
what can I do that you can't do? Dude, I can't go run a fucking mile right now. I can't go
I
on
got
a
the-
boat right now.
I have the easiest privilege for you in the world. I can't use the N word. Who the hell owns a word? Who? You talk about privilege? You own a word that no one's allowed to use because somebody's feelings got hurt years ago. Like, you don't call that privilege?
You know what? I agree with you, but I use the word sometimes.
Well, I
Well,
don't. I don't because I think
but-
if it's degrading, that's not my style. I don't want to
But I
degrade
use
people.
it. I use it in my friends group. I don't do it to degrade anybody.
Well, that's
I
the
use
point.
it with some of my friends. It's the way I grew up. I grew up hood. I grew up
I was
kind of
raised by a
ghetto.
black lady, so I'm not. But the point is, I
So,
realize that if it's a word that's degrading, like even when we went through this
right,
whole thing when I call people stupid all the time, yeah, you know
right,
what? That I don't like that I say it, but I don't know what else to say without being mean. You know what I mean?
right.
Uh, yeah, I don't think there's any reason to degrade people. So if you don't like that word, it's
No,
degrading. There's plenty of
absolutely
words for
not.
all kinds. I honky.
There's,
I don't call white people honky. I really don't get it, but I don't call them anyway.
well,
Crackers,
you're a
like
crack.
I don't do that. That's
I was
stupid.
just saying, you're a Cracker Barrel, man.
Right. I don't because
They
it's
never,
degrading. It's not the word, it's the intent behind it.
right. Well, exactly, exactly. It's always the intent. There's always something about intentions that either make it legit or not legit.
Yeah,
Because
but again, that again is the hypocrisy of it or the hierarchy or whatever.
I don't,
That's probably more hypocrisy because you can't tell me that you have the privilege of owning a word, but yet you don't have the privilege of being a certain color. Like, see, that's the
I
problem. And again, this is why I can't stand people. I just can't. Just own it. Talk about your own bias and your own privileges, your own priorities, whatever the hell words you want to use. Just be real about it. Okay?
you know
I'm
what?
in this group. I like these things. That's what I like to
Right.
do. You know what I mean? I don't
Well,
hate you for your stuff. Just go do your stuff. You know what I mean? I feel the
so
same way about a lot of stuff. What?
just in general with everything, like culture, race, whatever. Like you, I was actually talking to my mom last night about because they have bingo here at my community. And no, it's not a retirement or old folks place, but
It looks
they
like
still
it.
do. And freaking, she was telling me, oh, the black lady table, they won almost all the game. And why does it have to be? First of all, why does it have to be color? Who cares what color they were?
Right. Why were they
Uh,
segregated? Did they choose that, or
but
did you put them all on
that's
the table?
exactly. But no, but in general, if you were even at a community fucking bingo game, the blacks are gonna sit with the blacks, the whites
Correct.
are gonna sit with the whites.
Because that's what they're comfortable with. That's their color, their people, their culture. That's
Right.
their
But
comfort. But here's the spin, though, Jace. Here's the difference. Here's the spin. If we
yeah,
were to look at that, we'd say, wow, they all like to gather together. But if they were to look
right.
at it, somebody'd be like, well, look at those white people made those black people sit. Like we're looking at the same thing.
Possibly, possibly.
Well, you obviously, but I'm saying that's how it could be easily distorted,
But
saying
that's
we
oh,
made them do that.
that's what I was gonna bring up too. You were talking about the N-word. So I um there was this I don't know what they're called. They're called reels or something.
Hmm.
Go through Instagram
Yep.
and well, I sent one to my buddy out in Colorado, and it was it was Trump talking to Biden about, do you want, hey, yo nigga, you want me to make you a sandwich? You want some pudding? Blah blah blah. And it was just he said it once, but my buddy's like,
It
don't
was
send me
AI,
shit
right?
like
I
that.
assume AI generated.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
or I was gonna say that.
It's all AI generated. It's just
Right.
like Trump. There's a AI generated one with Trump and the drunk lady there, Kamala,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm about to come, and she's like, no, don't come, and he's like, I'm gonna come, and it was funny, but AI is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's all perception. It's the way people see the world. It's the way they see themselves in the
Right.
world, and yet they somehow think that they're like it's okay to understand or think that hey, my choices, my decisions, my
You
worldview is
can have,
better for me.
yeah,
But you
and
can't
you know
just
what?
assume that that's the only one and the one that works. Like
You can have you can have whatever opinion you want, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get fucking upset about a fucking AI generated Trump fucking with Biden saying nigga. The
Oh,
fuck out of here with that
oh, and
bullshit,
you're going to get
man.
canceled, right? You're going to get canceled. And that's the thing I want to talk about because let's bring up this Jimmy Kimmel nonsense. And this is my point
Oh,
exactly. So, for any liberals who stumble across this, for any of you scumbags that did all this cancel culture, what, when you had no problem prosecuting or canceling Trump, you had no problem canceling Alex Jones, Gino Carano, who else? Tucker Carlson, even that lady that, what's her name? The crazy one that Trump doesn't like that went over to Italy or something. You canceled
oh,
her. Like you had no problem with these cancel culture and doxing people. And now that Kimmel goes and says something completely lying, ridiculously insensitive, and he's not funny or popular anyway, gets canceled. Now you want to talk about, oh, they're embracing cancel culture. We didn't just do this for
right.
5 years. You're so freaking stupid.
Hypocritical
You're
fucking
stupid.
assholes.
I can acknowledge my own bias and say, hey, I don't like this speech because it offends me and a majority of these people. Even though I believe in free speech, I still don't want to hear it. We do this every day,
Right,
right? We can't have child
right.
porn. We can't have certain things. Everything's rated PG,
I know that
R
sucks.
for reasons. For
Exactly.
reasons. Because we're
Well,
trying to run
yeah.
a society where people care about each other. So when
Right.
you get in this, oh, well, I'm offended, don't watch it. You have the freedom to not watch it. You don't get to control what other people watch.
You
And,
can't,
it,
you
and if,
can't, well, there's this one guy that does all these clips that are like 2-second clips and it's hilarious. But he was like, we have, our kids aren't allowed to swear, watch porn, or do anything else. But yeah, until they're 18. But yeah, we can ask them at 2 years old if they want to change their sex.
exactly. So, like I
What the
said,
fuck?
just to the common
Are you
person, the
kidding me?
average person, that makes sense to you. That
I
makes sense
know.
to you. Like,
Right.
and you know what's scary, Jace, is that we were all children once. And I
I
mean,
know.
could you think back to when you were a child and imagine what the hell you'd be today if your parents just said, oh, okay. Oh, you feel like a butterfly. Here, put some wings on. Go, run away. We'll see you next week. Like, are you serious?
I grew up in a very strict Italian household, very traditionalist. And if I would have like, if I would have wanted to dress up as a furry, my dad would tell me to get fucked.
So
I'll
I'll
buy you
tell.
all the hockey equipment you want,
Yeah,
but I'm not buying you.
I'll test it out for you. Like, so let's just say, like in the mountains of West Virginia, where it's probably happened. Say they raise these young children just to be their little slaves and sex slaves. How the incest rumor, I guess, got started. You think that's child abuse? Do you think it's okay to raise your children to pleasure you or your family or the your you know what I mean? Do you think that's okay? You'd probably
Do
call
you
that
think
child abuse, right?
it's gonna fuck them up mentally the rest of their life?
Okay, well, okay, that's still just, but I'm just saying the average person would call that child abuse, right?
That's ridiculous.
So
Yes.
so then to have you let your child choose their gender, but that's okay.
Right.
That's okay. I mean,
Exactly.
because the kid has the choice, right? But if you train the kid to believe something, you teach the kid to believe something, which we do anyway, right? You raise Christian
Right.
kids, you don't raise kids, they
Well,
turn out bad. But if you train them to do the right thing, you train them to
right.
do the wrong thing. Like it's all your perspective. But in the
Well,
end, we would agree that the wrong thing should be the wrong thing.
right. But the thing is, though, is that we're talking about this crazy fucking shit. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, there was some goofy fucking lady on YouTube. It wasn't on YouTube, it was on a news channel. It's Australian. And I think she could probably still look this up. And she was talking about how a baby has the right to have their diaper changed or not.
Right,
And
right. You have to ask
your baby,
permission. Yeah,
you have to ask your baby, are you fucking kidding me?
yeah.
Where there's places where you gotta draw the line.
Well, right, think about it.
And
So, in the very beginning of your life, someone was controlling your life. Someone had
exactly.
to control your life. Otherwise, you wouldn't
Exactly.
survive. Because if you
Right.
looked at that baby and said, okay, let me know when you want your diaper changed, that baby wouldn't say a damn thing to you. Then it'd be crying, which is when normal people say, oh, maybe I need to change the diaper. So the
Yeah,
baby's really
exactly.
communicating. But in the end, you're not going to let a baby start putting stuff and toys in their mouth, and you're going to protect it from itself because it don't know any better. That's what children
Exactly.
are. That's why we have laws. These children don't know better. Every child in the
Right.
world, matter of fact, every adult used to be a child, thought they knew better than their parents. Then they
Oh
became
yeah.
parents, and then they're like, man, my kids don't listen to me. No crap. Because your
I
kids think the
wonder
same
why.
thing. Huh?
Yeah. It's just a phase we go through.
But it's again, it's like these people act like they're so divorced from reality, or that their reality is the only reality. It just blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind. And I
Right.
think I think that civil war is coming. And you know, to be honest with you, I don't know, dude. I don't know how you get out of this. I don't want civil war. I don't want to be walking down the street having to worry about if there's some psychotic dude out there trying to kill anybody who he disagrees with. I don't want that. I don't.
I don't I
But I
don't
don't know
either,
where
but
you go from here, dude. Where do you go? I mean, since Charlie Kirk, there's been school shootings, there's been ICE agents shot at, there's been death threats have been on the rise. Like, I don't know where you go with that. And then you got one side of the aisle saying, well, Trump needs to tone down the rhetoric, while they're continuing to call all of us white supremacists, Nazis, Gestapo. They're continuing to call us things that people hated.
didn't Gavin Newsom even say some
Yes,
fucking
he's all the
stuff?
time he's saying stuff. Because they know
So I,
it works. That's why in society, well, I don't know anymore, but in society, that was the worst thing to be called, was like a racist. Because slavery was a part of our history. It was in front, it was known, you know, people knew it existed, even though we had nothing to do with it today. But people call you a
I
racist and you
know.
feel kind of, oh my God, don't do that, you know, because it worked. And that's why you still got people to
Yeah.
this day trying to call people racist for crap. I just watched a video of a lady with a black sheriff pulled up alongside of her and said, hey, you need to slow down. I got you speeding. You need to slow down. And then after the interaction, she's like, he only did that because I was black. If I was white,
Yeah, that's
I,
ridiculous.
I can't, dude. I just can't with these people. So now the black people are being racist to black people? Like, what are you talking
Of
about?
course. The Geico lizard's here right now, man.
Is he? Is he
I
trying
think
to
he's
sell you
trying,
something?
I think he's trying to sell me insurance, man.
Really?
You, so you're gonna save me 15 minutes?
Oh,
15%?
cool. Yeah, what's
Are you
it?
gonna
Yeah,
save
what? Oh, there he goes.
how much you gonna save me? Huh?
Nice,
All
nice.
right. I got
Scared,
15
scared
minutes,
him
bro.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's loving it. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I have that thought process has went through my mind before too, though.
Well, the race is an easy one to pick on because you can see that there's a clear distinction between, you know, black people, white people based on their looks. You know what I mean? But I
Right.
mean, it's the same thing. But like, go back to the after the Charlie Kirk death. I don't. Did you see that hanging in was it Louisiana or something?
No.
Where some black kid was found hanging in a tree. You didn't see
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Well, it's
No.
good. It's good because they were trying to make this like mainstream media to like overtake the Charlie Kirk narrative because they
Oh.
wanted this to be a common, you know, current day lynching when
Oh.
the
All right.
black police chief, the black coroner, the black everything, blackety black everything said no. We have no evidence of any foul play. It appears to be a suicide. They tried to make this into something
Of
big
course
because
they
that's what
did.
they do, right? And then they failed to recognize that a white man who had been homeless or something, literally the same day, just miles down the block, or it might have been the next day. I don't know. It was in the same vicinity. Hung himself too. Not a peep about that dude. Or well, they did. It was just a brief uh,
Right.
comment about it in the news. So again,
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
can't
know.
recognize that they're using this stuff for their own motives, which
Well,
most people do.
my whole point though, as I was saying about the Trump Biden thing and the nigga that he said. My buddy said, I don't appreciate that language. This does Colorado do that to you, man? Does it
Oh,
change you into a
Colorado's
fucking
turned blue, dude. Ever since they legalized marijuana, Colorado
wow?
used to have red sections and it used to be more, you know,
'Cause
maybe purplish purple, but
he never talked like that. Like
all
he
Californians
was
moved into Colorado, dude. I watched it happen. I was living in Colorado when it happened.
he was an adopted billionaire. He
Hmm.
was adopted into a billionaire family, trust fund baby.
So what did you
And
say to him? What was your
I
response?
said, I told him, sorry, I won't send nothing like that to you again.
Or just
That's all.
try. Well, all right.
I
Like,
don't,
I don't care what you appreciate. I
I,
care if my friendship is important, but I don't care
I
if
would, I could have responded many ways because we're not probably ever going to see each other again anyway.
well, I mean
So,
that's my point. At the end of the day, you know, well, how many times have he offended you and you didn't make a big deal out of it? Now, I do believe
exactly,
communication is important. So if something
exactly,
bothers you that much, you might want to communicate. Hey, I don't really appreciate it, and then you could say, hey, I don't appreciate the way your tone right now while you're correcting me. Oh well,
right,
oh yeah. So turn it back on them because that's the problem. These people are just about
right,
me, 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 me. Like I don't
right.
curse. All
No,
right. Well, I
it's
try not to
weird.
curse.
It is so weird, man. He's, he's, he's so liberal now. It's scary.
Yeah, because he's got something to lose. He's got something to lose that's keeping him liberal. It's not some moral high ground. It's not. Dude, none of this stuff goes back to
I,
any core morality because that's
right.
why the hypocrisy is glaring. If you had some core morality, then everything would be equal. You wouldn't be putting a left right
I
twist
don't,
on it. It's okay if he does it, it's not okay if he does it. These people are not morally
right.
superior. They're not. They're
No,
morally superior to themselves and their worldview and their opinions. That's what they are. You can make an argument I am too, and I'm flawed. I probably do show that sometimes. But in the end, I want to
yeah.
be fair. If you can challenge
It's
me and
just,
say, hey, you do that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's not the way I
right.
should look at it.
True. All right. Well, I'm falling asleep, man.
Jump in the pool. All
I'm
right.
gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way,
We
glad we got
can.
a show out because it's been a while. I'll probably just
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully we'll get to it next week and we'll do another
We
one.
will.
Maybe
We
we'll know
will.
some
And
more information on all
I'll
the
show
stuff
my
that's happening.
spinach. I'll show my spinach and cucumbers that are growing.
All right,
Oh, I have some figs on my fig tree too.
we'll see. We'll see if the world wars or the civil war is still going or getting
Right on.
started, getting gone. But until then, I appreciate you showing up and shout out
Yes,
again to
sir.
our loyal fans there. Just like, subscribe, share. We don't get YouTube doesn't just send our stuff around or Rumble even at that. They don't just promote us because apparently we suck. But you know what? I
That's
think
cool.
veterans need a lift. So, you got other veterans out there do shows, and that's good. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to all of us. Whatever. And if you
Yeah.
like what we do, tune in. If you are a veteran, get on the show. If you're not a veteran and you want to talk about this crap, get on the show, dude. We don't care. We don't care.
I will. I think I'll try to go with the cola rates next week.
All right. Well, just come back here next week, and we'll get you another show. So until then,
Okay.
Godspeed.
Pull it already, baby.
Boom. Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.